Okay. What are the what are the what do you do in meditation, and what are the challenges you face in meditation? Let's understand it. Right? So what do you do in meditation? What is the purpose of meditation? I mean, in what do you want to reach in meditation? Kateri? So you want to have a mind which is in a peaceful state, right? How can you compare that peace? How do you give an example? What kind of peace is that? As if you are in a deep sleep but fully aware, correct? That's what you want to reach with the mind. When mind is in deep sleep, there are no thoughts. Okay? So you want to reach a state of no thoughts, but as if you are in a deep sleep, but fully aware. This is what you want to do in meditation. Is that correct? Now, what are the obstacles? What are the difficulties you face during that? What happens in meditation? Sometimes you are able to meditate, sometimes you are not able to meditate. What happens? What are the conditions you face in meditation? Tell me. Thoughts keep coming back, right? This is one thing which happens. Now, what kind of thoughts will come? Some thoughts will come. Mind will start drifting, right? So first thing in meditation, before you enter into deep sleep type of state, in a deep meditation, you need something to focus on. Otherwise, mind has full of clutter of thoughts, right? Mind is full of thoughts. Something which you can want to focus on is required. So that mind from hundreds of thoughts will come down to one thought, correct? So what you focus on, okay, is an object of meditation. Understand? Now what can be, give me an example of objects, what you can make focus? God, okay. Examples, what are things you can focus on? Guru, God, then
Light.
Visualization of light, then success, okay, then
Space.
Space, what else? Breath, okay, sensation of the body in the forehead or top of the head. So some of these things you can take for focus in the mind. Will mind stay there? Can mind stay there continuously? It will drift, right? Isn't it? Mind will drift. Whatever you take, it will sometimes drift. Correct, no? So how do you bring back the mind? That's called ekagrata. To be able to focus on an object, something for a longer period of time is called ekagrata. Typically our attention span is less than 3 minutes. That's why these advertisers, 3 or 4 minutes, they keep on putting advertisement. After watching a movie, some advertisement will come. Our attention span, ability to focus on something will shift. First, ability in meditation is you should be able to focus on any given object or a thought for a longer time. So that mind is focused. Then, as the mind becomes focused, you should be able to drop that and then stay peaceful. If you still hold on to that, mind will not become thought free. Understand? It is like, have you seen this, the pole vault jumpers? They come, run fast. They have a big pole vault. Hold it, jump. Then they drop that vault. If they don't drop, what will happen? They don't drop that the pole, what will happen? They fall down. So similarly in meditation, you have to have a running, a object to hold on, and after reaching certain stage, you have to drop that object and take a jump into silent state. Are you clear? The pole or object is the object of meditation, right? And it should be long enough. If it's not long enough, what will happen? You can't jump far, right? Right? What is the equivalent of long enough in meditation? Long enough pole. Something which really inspires you, right? Something really inspires you. The mind can stay focused. Understand? What inspires you, you can focus. Understand? Understand? The object you choose for meditation should be inspiring effect on you. Correct? So what is the quality of what is the quality for us to inspire? What is the quality of object which inspires us? Tell me. Example. What inspires somebody?
To become like that.
Something you have an aspiration to become like that inspires you. For example, there are people who have climbed Mount Everest. Does it inspire you? It doesn't, because you don't have aspiration to climb Mount Everest. You have? Okay. So that is an achievement, right? The person who climbs the Mount Everest is an achievement that may inspire you. But what in meditation is what is achievement and inner qualities of that person to achieve Mount Everest, right? Okay, let us take the example of Mount Everest itself. Somebody to climb Mount Everest, it's inspiring. Let's say if you have desire to climb Mount Everest, it's very inspiring. Correct? Now, to be able to climb Mount Everest, what are the inner qualities which are required?
Determination.
The physical strength is required. Okay. Determination. Then adapting to climate.
And practice before doing that.
Practice. Right?
Fearlessness.
Fearlessness. Mind which is fearlessness. Anything can happen when you are climbing Mount Everest. You can fall back or you can die. Right? So these are the inner qualities. In meditation, we start from the outer and go to the inner qualities of that person and try to bring that inner qualities in us. That's what keeps your mind focused. You understand? Just focus on the outer achievement will not make you happy enough. So, this outer, he is able to achieve that. So what are his inner qualities? That we'll see. And that inner qualities is what inspires us. Do you understand? Let us take the example of Guru. So what inspires in Guru?
Peaceful,
So ability to interact with people comfortably,
calm,
not being attached to anything in any situation, good or bad. Okay? Right? Doing the work properly in any difficulty. That's the outer quality. Outer. What are the inner? What makes that outer quality to happen? What is the inner quality of a guru?
peaceful, being calm.
Peace, being calm,
Wisdom.
huh?
Wisdom.
Wisdom. Okay, so we have to go from outer to inner. Mind is peaceful. Okay, so the mind to be peaceful, right? The boss of the mind is who? Who is the boss of the mind? Who is the master of the mind? The senses see the outer world. The mind controls the senses, and mind is controlled by the intellect, buddhi. You understand? Correct? So, if the mind has to be peaceful, the intellect has to direct it properly to become peaceful. Correct? Understand? So, in that intellect, correct thinking is required to make the mind peaceful. If the thinking is not correct, the mind cannot be peaceful. You understand? Mind will drift. So, outer, which is physical, the mind which is inner, the intellect, which is control of the mind. All these three should be focused on something inspiring, okay, with a clear thinking. Understand? That clear thinking is called Vedanta. The teaching of Vedanta and Bhagavad Gita is the clear thinking. How do you declutter your thinking? Arjuna was confused. So Krishna gives the clarity. Then you don't get confused. You do something very clearly focused. In our life we are very confused with many things. So that clarity, inner clarity, comes to intellect, then once it comes, you'll be very focused. In outer work also. For example, you are confused. You started with the animation, you stopped the animation. You went for a job, okay, then dropped the job. So the confusion is there. That confusion is related to intellect. There is no clarity. So in meditation also, it's very important to have a clarity in the intellect. So that mind is directed properly. Understand? Now what kind of clarity is there in the mind, in the Guru? Intellect. What is the intellectual clarity in the Guru? Guru's intellect. Understand? The thought, intellect is ultimately directs the mind. Right? Intellect has to have a clarity of whatever you direct the mind. If the Prime Minister himself is confused, then all the ministers will be confused. The intellect is the Prime Minister, boss. The intellect should be very clear. Right? So what brings the clarity in the intellect? Are you getting the question? Tell me what brings the clarity in the intellect?
The right knowledge.
What is that right knowledge?
Who you are.
The nature of the mind is, if you tell something where you have doubt, mind will refuse. And say, no, this is. So for example, let us say you start thinking, intellect will say, I will also go to the mountain and I will climb the Olympics, Mount Everest. Then intellect will say, hey, how is it possible? Yeah, you are not able to climb that hill in Rajaraj Nagar. How will you climb Mount Everest? He will say, he will cross question you. The doubts will come. Correct? A mind without doubts, mind free of doubts is very important. That doubt you have to clarify through the teaching of Upanishad or Bhagavad Gita or Guru. Understand? So, now I am telling you what is that which is required in the intellect to get a clarity. Okay? First thing is, we have to have a clarity that already we are one with God. Right? By doing something, we are not becoming one with God. Do you understand what I am saying? By meditation, I will achieve one day God, merger with God. That's not true, because nobody is separate from God. You understand? Then that understanding should be clear. Is that anybody has a doubt in that? No. Right? I am already one with God. That clarity should be there. And what is the nature of God also should be having clarity. Otherwise you are going in some fantasy. Right? So what is the nature of God we are seeking? Kateni? Peace, infinity, right? Beyond all imagination is so much infinite. Okay? Right? Peace, infinity, and clarity, clear understanding. Correct? Do you understand? And love. This is the nature of God which we are seeking. actually what we are seeking, already we are one with that. So the mind is confused about external things. So you have to give a clarity to the mind. That clarity comes from the intellect. Are you clear? The intellect has to direct during meditation. Okay, hey, come on, come this way. Come this way. Say, hey. So you start saying, praying to God, oh, I want to merge with you. So intellect has to stay clearly. You are already one with God. Just become sit peacefully. Experience the peace of God. Like that you have to give a clear direction to the mind during meditation. Understand? You understand? Right? So then another thing which you have to be important is meditation requires an object. Correct? Understand? Meditation is an object. Okay? But you are not an object, you are a subject. Correct? For example, I can take light as an object. Light is object. Whatever I can see, feel, experience is called object. The Guru is also object, the form of Guru. Okay? Understand? As long as there is an object, you are separate from the object. Right? But the object is important because, like for jumper, you need a pole, focus, run. Then at the time of jumping, you have to drop that pole and jump. The object is important for you to remember the qualities of God, to remember the nature of God, and mind is not diverted. You understand? At certain point, you have to drop the object. How do you drop that object? Let us say you meditate on Guru, right? Okay. How do you drop the object called Guru in meditation?
Once we start feeling silence, then we can just be silent.
So, if still the object persists, you have to visualize the Guru is in you. There is a merger which has happened. Guru or God is not separate from you. It's merged with you. Understand? So that you have to visualize. So when the merger happens, there is no separation. Right? Even if you take a space as object, you have to visualize that you are one with the space. The moment you see space as separate from you, then the merger has not happened. That's object. That's required. Before, till some point, right? After that, are you clear? If you take light as an object, so the God is light, filled everywhere, the universe is filled with divine light. That is required to remember the qualities of God. But finally, when you enter into deep meditation, you have to merge with that light and you have to become one with the light. Then there is no separation. Are you clear? For example, let me ask you the question. There is sun and sunlight. Okay? Sunlight removes the darkness, right? Has sun seen darkness any point of time? Can sun see darkness any point of time? No. But can sun see the light any point of time? Sun itself is light. Sun cannot see the light also. Sun is light. Only somebody who is sitting in the darkness can see a sun as a light. Sun himself being light, okay? There is no question of sun seeing the light or darkness. Sun is beyond light and darkness. You understand? So now, for you the object is required to remember the qualities of God and divine. And the qualities have to be infinite to experience or inspire us. Right? But that object, when you merge with the object, everything disappears, the qualities and all. You become that. Do you understand? You can appreciate a piece of God, but when you yourself become peace, then what is appreciation remaining? Do you understand? You are just silent. Do you understand what I'm saying? No. What did you understand? Tell me.
Last one.
Tell me now. What is that?
Sangeeta Sankalana.
Right. See, you can see light, sun as light. Light is bright and beautiful, all those things you can say. But if you merge with the sun, you become the light. The sun itself doesn't see the light.
Merging.
You are the light, then there is no question of seeing any light. Then you are just peaceful. Understand? When you merge with quality, God, okay, you are just peaceful and silent. Those qualities are already in you. Understand? Then you don't seek, oh, I have to find something else. Are you clear? Have you understood? Any questions?
So
Okay.
Is that merging?
Huh?
One last thought in the intellect that before the jump happens, you said you hold on to an object long enough and then you let drop the object. Does the dropping happen by the intellect again arriving at a clarity that this is the moment you need to let go? Or something?
No. Intellect has to direct the mind. Now visualize the merger.
Yeah, that's what. So the last point is.
Yeah, you have to visualize the merger, and gradually as you visualize the merger, the visualization becomes very clear. Then drop. Then naturally dropping happens.
Okay. You can't start with that.
If you want, you can start also, not a problem. But then what happens is that, please understand. Come quickly. So please understand, is it important to have God as an object? When God is the subject, okay, there are people who speak about Hindus that you are worshipping so many gods, so many different forms of gods. That form is nothing but a reminder for us about the qualities of God. So when you say have something objectively, you can get into clarity about that object. When you merge with that, there is no clarity remaining, only peace remains. Do you understand what I'm saying? If you see a horse, you can get a clear picture about horse's outer quality. And also you can visualize the inner quality of horse. But if you become the horse, there's no more visualization depending. Understand? You can see the light and appreciate the brightness of the light. But the moment you merge with the light, there's no more appreciation left, only peace left. Understand? It's always important to worship God in the objective form, because then you appreciate the qualities much more clearly. Is it clear to you? So, Maitri, what is the importance of having a God as a form, object?
It's easier to concentrate.
Is it easier to concentrate and easier to appreciate the qualities? Okay. And final objective is to merge. There's no separation. The moment you merge, then what remains? Peace. There's no more appreciation possible. All appreciation has to happen before merging. Are you clear? The pole is required. Before jumping, you need to select the length of the pole, and you have to see how much height you have to go, and after going there you have to drop. Similarly, the objective form of God, different forms of God, Ganesha, Shiva, Parvati, all those forms of God will help us to focus on qualities of God. Okay, understand God better, and finally help to merge. Once you merge, that qualities are already in you. Then there's no more appreciation, no more thought process possible. Only peace is possible. Are you clear? Okay. Then another important aspect of meditation is we need a meditation object, right? The physical object. Okay. So then from the physical object, we have to come back to mental object, image of the God, mind, right? Then you have to go to the quality, start quality, appreciating the qualities. The journey takes from outer to inner, right? Let us take the form of Guru. So it is required for focus initially, appreciate the qualities of Guru. Then it becomes a mental quality. What is the mental quality? The peace and equanimity or thinking of the Guru becomes a mental quality. The physical object, it has become mental, right? Understand? In mind, you should keep guiding the mind, intellect. You can say commentary, right? Visualize standing in front of Guru, doing namaskara, see the qualities of Guru. All like that you can tell also. Okay? Because mind listens to your words. Tell. Correct? Then from physical it has gone to the psychological qualities. Okay, now psychological qualities you all start so visualizing that you also have the same qualities of Guru. The peace, the love, all are part of you. So then no more separation exists. Correct? Then what happens? Mind becomes silent. But mind drops again. Okay, mind, new thoughts will come in. Again you have to start remembering the qualities of Guru. And finally you should focus on a object of the body, which is actually breath or sensation. Okay, because breath or a sensation of the body brings your mind to the present moment. Okay, are you clear? So finally, if you drop from peace, first thing you have to come to is sensation of the body. Okay, again you can go to peace. Sensation of the body is your reference point, jumping point. When you go to the top of the pole, you will drop, right? The last point is sensation of the body. Not the visualization, not the memory. Reason is, when you come back, you are coming back immediately to the present moment, not drift into something else. Understand? That is the coordinate for you, which is that body sensation. It can be a breath or it can be sensation here. Is it clear? So now, what is the importance of breath? Observing the breath calms the mind. Okay, breath is important for calming the mind, because breath is both conscious process and unconscious process. For example, heartbeat you cannot control. Heart is continuously running, whereas breath is also continuously running, but you can control it. It is conscious and unconscious. And if you observe the breath slows down. So it is related to your unconsciousness and consciousness. Right? You clear? Then finally, this sensation at the forehead or sensation at the top of the head. The importance of this is, each part of our body has a memory. It's a memory system. Okay? The stomach has hunger. The lower part of the body has sex. Okay? The heart has emotion. The top of the head, forehead is, and this one, the top of the forehead, this forehead point, vibration at the forehead point, is a connectivity to the universe. I am connected with the God. I am separate from God, but I am still connected. Adnan. The Sahasrara vibration, I am one with God. There is no separation. So these two memories are embedded in that point. So it is important to come back to those memories if the mind is drifting. Again, go back to peace. Are you clear? The process clear? Anybody a question? Any question, Katini?
How do you go back again?
Again, the process. Now, how did you go back? Visualize the qualities of peace, silence, right? Okay. I'll tell you one more thing.
In the object again.
Huh?
You're getting in the object again.
You're getting the object and look at the qualities of the object. Again, come back. Okay, I'll tell you how I did. Okay. For example, I started with meditation on Shiva. Right? I'm just telling how the meditation which happened in me. Okay, the moment you meditation on Shiva, what will happen? So you start meditating, somebody who is sitting in a meditative posture with the jata, snake, and the ashes and the skin, right? So that you start meditation. He is a person first, at the first level. Okay? Then you start understanding, looking at the person very closely in meditation. Oh, okay. There's a snake. Snake means Kundalini. The ashes means he is detached. Okay. The Trishula means, what is the meaning of Trishula? 3 pains are destroyed. Physical, mental and psychological pains are destroyed by that person. The skin of the tiger means he has mastered his emotions. Like that you try to understand qualities from outer. Correct, no? Katini? Then you start, oh, he is peaceful. In meditation is very deep peace. I'll start thinking of peace. The mind also start becoming peace. Understand? Start from the object into psychology. Physical person to a psychological understanding of Shiva, which is peace. For me, the Shiva means total detachment, Vairagya. Okay? Now, the moment you say Vairagya, he has to run away from the family. I also should run away from the family. Then Vairagya, I'll try to understand very clearly. Vairagya means detachment from the impressions. That's what I understood. Then I don't have to run away from family. I have to be aware I am, but I should be detached from any impressions which are happening. That's what I understood. Are you clear? You have to go into subtle aspects, appreciate. Correct? Then Shiva is peace. So when there is no when you are not attached to something, you will become peaceful. Like that I understood. Okay. So then I said, then just Shiva doesn't become a person. Oh, Shiva is a person, then he is somewhere. Then he is not God. Shiva is everywhere, including me. Right? I am a part of Shiva. That's what I started meditating. If I am part of Shiva, the qualities of Shiva is also in me. The peace, the detachment. Right? I started visualizing peace and detachment in me because Shiva is not separate from me. Are you clear? Understood? So from object, how did I become to subject? You understood? Because God is everywhere. Right? Guru is everywhere. So the same quality of Guru is also in me. And I start visualizing those qualities. I have become peaceful. My nature is peace. My nature is Ananda. My nature is consciousness. I start visualizing. So the mind becomes peaceful now. Right? Still, there's one separation. I have a feeling of I am and Shiva. I am and Shiva. I am feeling is there and Shiva is there, feeling is there. From physical we have gone to the qualities and then I have got to the feeling, deeper feeling. I am a part of Shiva is there, but still I am there and Shiva is there. You understood what I'm saying? Then I ask the question. Oh, I have a feeling of I am. Okay. Shiva is also having the feeling of I am. You also have a feeling of I am, right? You also have a feeling of I am. Now, is this feeling of I am separate for me and you? Have you understood the question? Right? You have a feeling of I am. The dog has a feeling of I am. I have a feeling of I am. Right? Is this feeling of I am separate for each person? It is one. So then I started meditating. I am in Shiva is same as I am in me. Then it becomes I am Shiva, Shivoham. Do you understand what I mean, logic? Have you understood or not? So first is physical, then the qualities of the physical, then psychological qualities of physical, peace and wisdom. Then there is a feeling of I am, separate, I am is there, God is there. That I am in me, I am in dog, I am in world, I am in Shiva, I am in the bird is same. There is only one I am, not many. That I am is Shiva. Can you visualize that I am as Shiva? I am is God. Have you understood what I am saying? Then what happens? The mind becomes totally peaceful. If the mind drifts back, again you have to come back through this process somewhere and quickly go back. And you have to keep a reference of the top of the sensation in the top of the head, because anytime when you call back, like a rocket goes up and when it lands back, plane takes off from a ground and it requires a a plane runs on a ground, right? This thing, what is it?
Yeah.
A runway, and takes off. And when plane comes back, it has to land in a runway. It cannot land anywhere else. Similarly, in your meditation, you have to take a jump into deep peace, and then you have to come back to a runway. The runway is the sensation in the top of the head, or here, or breath, and associated mantra, Om Namah Shivaya, or Om Guru, whatever is the mantra, which will remind you and help you to take off again. Is there a clarity in the process of meditation? Any questions? Any questions, Fatini?
Does
Any
Shiva
question?
have I am?
Yeah. No. See, when you feel you are still separate from Shiva, Shiva also has I am. When your I am and Shiva's I am merges, that I am disappears. Just like when you become the light, there's no question of being light there.
No, I have a feeling of I am. But there is also the understanding in the intellect that the Shiva or Guru doesn't have the I am.
So you merge into that I am, silence. Right? So now let me look at the I am, okay? Your I am feeling comes back only when you wake up, right? In deep sleep there is an I am for you. Deep sleep there is no I am. Right? But you are there. Understand? The I am feeling is only arising in you, but it's not you. Right? But real you, there's no feelings exist. But whenever you talk or walk, you will not question anything because you know that I exist anyway already there. That I exist question you will ask, or do I exist you will ask. That I exist, the deepest feeling is the knowledge which doesn't require any other thing. It is self-evident. That's why it's self-awareness is always there. It doesn't require any proof. Do you need any proof that you exist? Okay. But I am feeling arises in the body-mind complex when you wake up. And it goes back in deep sleep. Even if it goes back, that I am is silently watching. That's Sakshi. That Shiva, consciousness is silently watching. That's what you really are. Right? You have to always visualize that which is Sakshi, watching your waking, dreaming, deep sleep state. Peacefully, silently. When the separation happens, again take a runaway, go back, take a jump and come. Are you clear now? Any questions? We'll meditate for some time now. Whatever meditation practice, there are techniques which I have given to you as a meditation practice for various ways of exploring. But ultimately this is the inner runway. So you should be able to stay in that peace and silence as long as possible. Fully alert. And also remember that whatever qualities of God you visualize, okay, that quality will ultimately come into you. Whatever quality of God you appreciate, that quality will come into you. Okay, that's why our ancestors had Lakshmi for wealth. You visualize God as possessor of wealth and go into meditation, the wealth will come in your life. You will visualize Saraswati, the wisdom, God as Saraswati, and go into meditation. Then wisdom will come, the music and art will come in your life. You God as visualize Shiva, who is full of vairagya and detachment, vairagya and wisdom, so that vairagya and wisdom will come into your life. So whatever qualities of God you worship, that quality appears in your life as you meditate. Are we clear? Do you understand? So what quality of God is important for you? Katyani? Peace is important. Then creativity. God is infinitely creative, right? We need money also. God has all the money, wealth. So some of these qualities of God you have to visualize. You understand? God is not just one dimension. So what quality of God is important for you?
The childlike curiosity which
Okay. God is childlike curious.
and money
Money.
and knowledge.
Smita?
Deep silence.
Deep silence. God is the ultimate healer. Okay, those who worship God as the ultimate healer become the great healers. That's why God is represented as Dhanvantari. You have to do puja of Dhanvantari. You have to worship Dhanvantari. You have to understand Dhanvantari better and better. The more and more you appreciate and worship Dhanvantari, the qualities of Dhanvantari will come into your life. You become a better and better healer. Do you understand? So Katyayani, you have to appreciate God as a great artist. The whole world is a painting of God. Okay? Do you understand? Rabindranath Tagore worships God as a divine painter. Can you visualize God as a painter? Artist? Can you? Tell me one single thing which is copied there in the universe. Everything is a masterpiece. An artist never creates duplicates. Anything what an artist does is unique. That's why the artistic objects are valuable. You tell me any universe, anything is a copy, everything, even two small cat coming from the same mother, they are different. Everything in the world is a masterpiece of God. God is the master and everything is a piece which is created by God is a masterpiece. You understand? That you have to visualize. Alright? God is a possessor of all the wealth in the universe. Okay? Alright? You have to visualize that. So, please understand, whatever qualities of God you visualize, whatever qualities of, see, please understand, there are two processes, the meditation and the worship, right? The worship and the meditation. Worship is external, the meditation is internal. Worship you can do with your closed eyes also, that's called Manasa Puja. Worship is called Puja. Physical and Manasa Puja. Right? In Puja what we do, we worship the qualities of God. Okay, let us take the example of Sahasranama, Ashtotara, what you say. Right? Tell me what is Ashtotara? Amma.
What should I do?
Ashtotara, you mantra you chant, no? Tell me one or two mantras. The puja you do, no?
Starting would was
Say, tell something, no? Huh? Anything what you remember?
Uppata Bala Gopala Vesha Bhusha Vibhutaye Namaha.
So, Utpala Gopala Gopala Vesha Vibhutaye Namaha. Amma used when Amma felt the merger with God, Krishna, she was wearing the dress of Sri Krishna. Right? Not only inner quality, external quality also reflected. Then another thing. Shunya Kalpa Virajataye Namaha is there? Shunya Kalpa Vibhutaye Namaha. That means mind is totally thoughtless. It's in pure silence. Right? So these are the qualities you worship. So Sahasranama is there. Vishnu Sahasranama. Vishwam, Vishnur, Vashatkaro, all those things, right? Then there is Rudra, Chamaka. So all these are there to appreciate the qualities of God. The worship is appreciation of the qualities of God. Merger is the the meditation is the merger with God. So you start with the appreciation of the quality. Okay, that's called puja. Okay, then you visualize those qualities in you. It's called upasana. Okay, then you become one with the quality. That's called then you start becoming one with the quality. It's called Dhyana. Then finally you become one with that. It's called Samadhi. Okay. What are the steps? Start with the puja, external, bahya puja, then mental, manasika. So you have to, the mantra which you chant is not just plain mantra, it has a deeper meaning. Shunya kalpa virajitaye namaha means the guru's, Amma's mind is established in Shunya kalpa, means thoughtless state. Right? So those become outer puja, then inner worship, manasa puja. Okay, manasa puja you may offer flowers. Now here you when you offer flowers outside, you may offer physical flowers. In manasa puja you offer your qualities. Okay, I have negative thoughts. God, please take these negative thoughts. Love, I offer at your feet. So inner qualities you offer. So that inner quality also you are offering. That's inner puja. Then visualization of quality of God. God is infinite, you visualize. God is infinite and peaceful, you visualize. This is called upasana. Puja, upasana. Okay? Right? Then finally, it culminates in samadhi. When you become that, then what remains is total peace. Are we clear now? Whatever qualities of God you visualize, that quality comes into you. That's why our ancestors have kept different forms of God. If you worship Shiva, meditate on Shiva, then merge with Shiva, so you will acquire the qualities of Shiva, which is Vairagya and Dhyana and Vairagya. Okay. That was Shiva is my Aradhya Deva. That's why I maintain this Trishula. Right? So each of you should have a Aradhya Deva. For example, as a doctor, you should have Dhanvantari as your Ishtadeva. The God is the greatest healer. Okay, doctors can give medicine, but ultimately healing takes place because of the quality God. That you have to worship. That you have to visualize. That you have to become that. Then you become a great doctor. Rabindranath Tagore looks God as an artist, a great creative artist. God is an artist. Please understand, no two objects in the universe, even including your fingerprints, even the twins are there, the fingerprints are not same. Everything is unique.
Even the blood movement in your hand is unique.
Everything is unique. And only an artist can create uniqueness. Engineer copies. Okay? So God is the greatest artist. Every single thing made by God is a masterpiece. Understand? Everything has uniqueness. Visualize God as the greatest artist. Worship God as the greatest artist. The quality of God as an artist comes in your consciousness. Right? Understand? Visualize God as possessor of all power and wealth. Lakshmi.
There I have a question, sir. So, this whatever quality of God you worship and meditate on, it comes into you. So I have seen that and experienced that when I meditated on Guru. Qualities of teaching has come.
Right.
But this part of wealth is a problem.
That's because you are visualizing wealth as a causal.
Right.
So you have to relate in your mind, the relationship to your wealth and your work should go. The doubt should go. It should have a linkage, clarity. The gap should not be there.
I didn't get it.
So you say you are visualizing that the wealth will come suddenly.
Right.
It doesn't happen that way.
Yeah.
You have to give something back to get that wealth.
Right.
Right? That something back has to be visualized very clearly.
Right.
The law of the universe is what you give
Yeah.
will come back to you in a different way.
But why is not the same principle applicable in other things?
Like what?
Like, let's say I visualize God as Guru, meditate on Guru as wisdom. So that just
No. It has come as a teaching. You do more teaching you do, more it will come back to you. That's why I always say that teaching. So Guru's wisdom is always related to teaching. The more he gives, the more it comes back to him.
Right. So that quality is built because of teaching, the action of teaching.
It strengthens, enforces.
Right.
Okay? the principle of universe is a karma.
Right.
You have to give something and you'll get back. Okay. That linkage is to be very clear. Then or otherwise what will happen? You start thinking, you sit idle and start thinking things will come to me. It doesn't happen that way.
Right.
Right? Are you clear? Understand? So that's why the warriors worship God as Kali. Fearsome. Okay? Then Shivaji worshipped mother as Amba, the one who gave the sword. So like that, you have to visualize the qualities of the God very clearly. That's why puja is required. Then internal puja becomes internal. Then finally it becomes a clear visualization. It's called upasana. Right? For example, I have to visualize God as infinite. How do I do? The infinity I visualize to the best of my ability. That's called upasana. Then I visualize God as my own self. I am feeling in me is nothing but God. Right? So with all those things, my mind becomes deeply silent, merges with God. Whatever qualities you started with, that quality you end up with. Are we clear now? Puja, Manasika Puja, Upasana visualization, and Samadhi. So the Puja to visualization, Puja and Upasana and Samadhi can be further broken into different steps. It's called Dharana, Dhyana, Samadhi. Dharana means you need to hold on to one idea, one object. It becomes continuous if you hold on, it becomes Dhyana. Then after that it becomes Samadhi. In Samadhi, suppression drops. For example, Dharana means whatever idea or whatever concept you are holding on is called Dharana. Right? So let us say you start Guru as an object. You do the Guru as a Dharana. Then Guru is the Dharana for you. Okay? You can use the mantra Om Namah Shivaya. I use the mantra Om Namah Shivaya. I respect the mantra Om Namah Shivaya. Anything when my thought process falls, first thing is I fall back to sensation. Then second thing is mantra. So mantra and form of the Guru or God becomes your Dharana. Right? Are you clear? And sensation. So these things are your Dharana. These are landing platform or take-off platform. Aircraft goes on runway and takes off. The runway is the form of Guru or form of God, the mantra and sensation. Clear? Any doubts? Okay. The sensations, finally at the deepest level in the universe, when you fall back, the runway if I am speaking of, at the deepest level there are three things. One is light, the sound and vibration. Even before form comes into picture. The light, sound and vibration. The subtle light, bluish light, the sensation at the top of the head, vibration or forehead, and a ringing sound in the ear. It's called Omkar. So these are your landing platform first level. Then if you still want to slow down, then your form of Guru or God will come in picture. Are you clear? I am giving example of a plane taking off. Okay? Are you clear now? Any questions? Let us meditate now. Start meditation, okay? Whatever qualities of what are the